Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a new step in the efforts to ease traffic on the islands. The Florida Department of Transportation has a barrier island study underway in our area, and now the city of Sarasota is asking traffic officials to take a look at other areas on Lido Key. ABC 7's Erica Jackson shows us what and where those changes could be.
City leaders want to prioritize funding for projects along US 41, but they're asking for some extra help here on the Ringling Causeway and on Lido Key.
I've lived here 40 years, so I pretty much know when to come and when not to come.
It's a race against time for drivers heading to Lido Key on the weekend, and by the time noon hits, St. Armand's Circle is filled with pedestrians and cars at a standstill as they enter and exit the circle.
We're used to it, so we just know that it's just going to be one of those things that you deal with.
The city of Sarasota is trying to deal with it by asking the Sarasota Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization to add 3 road projects to the top of its list to request funding from FDOT.
We have criteria that use traffic performance measures that tell us where we're going to get the most bang for our buck. Where is there public support?
The city wants to extend the left turn lane for drivers turning onto John Ringling Parkway from Ken Thompson. It also suggests installing back plates to the traffic signals at the intersection of Bird Key and the Ringling Causeway so the lights are more visible, and add a slow vehicle lane for buses, golf carts, and the iRide vehicles to travel on the causeway.
If people could avoid getting in their car to get out to St. Armand's, then that helps reduce the number of vehicles on the road. It can reduce congestion, and more people can be accommodated in various parts of the barrier islands.
These projects could still take years to complete if they get funding and approval. So, like Karen Travis says, be patient.
What are you going to do, get in a hurry and take an extra 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever? I mean, slow down.
The city of Sarasota plans to formally submit its request to the Metropolitan Planning Organization at the commission meeting next week. Reporting in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Erica. A boil water advisory is in effect for hundreds of people in Bradenton tonight following a water main break. That advisory affecting customers along 53rd Avenue East between 68th Street East and 71st Street East in Bradenton. That notice is expected to be in effect for at least 1 day, possibly 2. Until the advisory is lifted, those in the area are asked to boil all of their drinking and cooking water for at least 1 minute as a precaution. We are monitoring that advisory, and for the latest update on that story or other breaking news, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert weather forecasts, you can download our apps. You can find those apps under WWSB or My Suncoast. It was a big night for Bradenton as conquistadors invaded downtown. Thousands coming out to watch the DeSoto Grand Parade this evening. It is the Suncoast's own version of Tampa's Gasparilla. The Hernando DeSoto Historical Society turning back the clock with some elaborate costumes, and as you can see, several locals joining in as well. Thousands of beads also flying through the air, and Manatee Avenue filled with over 100 floats, marching bands, and cheering fans. And a perfect day/night to do so. Let's take it over to Wendy Ross. She is going to tell us why.
Did you notice all those clear blue skies in the background? Did you notice that, Adam? That's what I was watching. And of course, right now we're still looking at very beautiful weather across our area, but we do have a couple of clouds that are starting to stream on in. Now, as they come on through, we don't have to worry about any rain. We don't have any showers in the forecast. Nothing to show you on radar, and our temperatures right now are mostly in the 60s for the large part of us. 72 degrees on Longboat Key, and if you move farther inland, Sebring, Lake Placid, you're in the 70s as well. Every place else is comfortably in the 60s. 67 degrees at the airport, and take a look at the dew point and the humidity. That is why it is so comfortable right now. The winds have really calmed down. They were quite a factor throughout the day today. They're coming in out of the north-northwest right now at around 5 miles per hour. And once again, we have nothing but fair skies. So as the night wears on, expect to see those temperatures dropping down into the 60s. And we'll let you know what we can expect for tomorrow. That's all coming up in just a minute. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. We have some new details tonight following the arrest of a man police say killed a sheriff's deputy before stealing his car and robbing a store. A Maine sheriff says officers used the handcuffs of slain Deputy Corporal Eugene Cole to take his accused killer, John Williams, into custody earlier today. That murder happened earlier this week, setting off an intense manhunt that spanned the last 4 days.
I felt that it was fitting where he killed my deputy, Corporal Gene Cole, and he was brought to justice using Cole's handcuffs.
Williams offered, quote, limited resistance during his capture earlier today. He will make his initial court appearance early next week. The Marine Corps is responding tonight after 3 enlisted Marines were charged with sexually assaulting a university student and her friend earlier this month. The alleged attacks were reported to New Orleans police on April 15th. Officials say 18-year-old Antonio Landrum was arrested earlier today on a third-degree rape charge. 20-year-old Alexander Davenport and 18-year-old Jared Anderson have also been arrested on first-degree rape charges. All 3 men were stationed in New Orleans. A Marine Corps spokesperson says they take the allegations seriously and are working with local police. Over a dozen Florida school students are safe and sound tonight thanks to the quick thinking of their bus driver. That bus bursting into flames just moments after they were all evacuated. That blaze caught on camera. Take a look at this. A Florida fire department says the middle school bus driver safely evacuated the students after hearing a noise coming from the engine, smoke emitting from the hood soon after on a Friday morning, and that's when she stopped the bus and got the students out, and not a moment too soon. Check it out. Smoke filling the sky and people rushing in to help after flames engulfed the entire front.
That's really bad for that bus to just light up like that. That's scary, I think, for any parent, any grandparent.
Luckily, no one was injured, and another bus took those students to school. The fire department says a mechanical failure is what caused that fire. Former Venice head football coach John Peacock has issued an apology to his head coaching rival, who was the target of a controversial tweet. Peacock reciting that apology live on air Friday night right here on ABC7. He says he set a bad example by liking a tweet from one of his players asking Bradley, who is biracial, if he uses spray tan. Now, Peacock says the message was not racially charged, and it's important that Bradley accepts his sincerity. When asked if Peacock would or could seek another coaching job in the area, here's what he had to say.
Once you get labeled as what I've been labeled, and when it's on the internet, it's there. So I probably won't have another opportunity to coach football again.
Coach Peacock was fired Wednesday after 19 years with the program, including 6 district titles as a head coach and, of course, a state championship last fall. Dozens of homeless veterans and others struggling to get on their feet, getting a helping hand today. 30 local agencies working together as part of an initiative to help those in need get back on their feet. The event giving those coming out some new clothes, food, shoes, personal hygiene items, and haircuts. We spoke with Van Whitlock, a veteran who has been homeless for less than a year and was at today's event. He tells us that the support he saw today from the community gives him hope.
People can change. It depends upon the self-discipline and how bad you want to change. But with more events going on to help, and we can use all the extra help we can get.
An organizer from today's event says with such a housing first mentality in our society, when people have a safe place to live, it makes a world of difference when it comes to finding a job.
Thank you.
As part of a national effort to battle the opioid epidemic, the Sarasota Police Department is hosting its annual Pill Drop. Earlier today, that's where you can take your unused and unwanted prescription drugs and dispose of them in a safe way. Flushing pills down the toilet or throwing them in regular garbage bins pose potential safety health hazards. So instead, people are asked to drop them off at places like the Sarasota Police Department located on Adams Lane in Sarasota.
Folks realize that this is a concern, that, you know, most folks that leave unwanted and unused prescription pills in their cabinets, they can get into the hands of children. They can get into the hands of folks that, you know, may be doing something wrong with them. And so we're just glad that folks take advantage of this opportunity.
That drop box is available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. The service is free and anonymous. New details tonight following the arrest of one of the stars of the TV show The Real Housewives of New York City. For the first time, we are getting a glimpse of that arrest. Take a look. This police video showing Luann de Lesseps handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser last Christmas Eve. Authorities say she locked herself in a bathroom and refused to leave. Police say she then slammed a door on an officer, injuring his head, then threatened to kill another officer while being placed in the patrol car. De Lesseps is charged with disorderly intoxication, resisting arrest, and battery on a law enforcement officer. Her next court appearance will be in May. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, Wendy Ross is back with a look at our first alert weather forecast for the week ahead. Plus, another year, another White House Correspondents' Dinner without the president. A look at the latest from our nation's capital.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Holly Robinson Pete.
And I'm Rodney Pete. And after 16 years in the NFL, it came as no surprise that knee surgery might be in my future.
And when the doctor said Rodney needed to lose weight before surgery, we knew that Lipozene could help him lose 4 times more weight. It's America's #1 weight loss supplement.
I've already lost 30 pounds in 4 pant sizes. I didn't need a prescription or meal plan.
I've lost 10 pounds, I have more energy, more stamina.
We eat our favorite foods and still lose 4 times more weight.
I'm very impressed with Rodney's weight loss. His blood pressure and cholesterol have really improved. I recommend Lipozene because it's made from the rare konjac root, which contains glucomannan, a very safe and effective weight loss supplement.
Lipozene has no harmful side effects. No caffeine, no jitters, no counting calories.
No cleanses.
No starved diets.
No boot camps.
Nothing in your lifestyle needs to change. Just add Lipozene.
In a clinical study, people were not asked to change their lifestyle and simply add Lipozene. As a result, they lost not just twice the weight, not 3 times, but they lost 4 times more weight just by adding Lipozene. And 78% of that weight loss was fat, not water, but fat.
Rodney and I guarantee that you will lose weight or your money back.
Can we say that?
Yep, guaranteed, or your money back. So get Lipozene and lose 4 times more weight.
Now you can lose 4 times more weight. Just add Lipozene for only $29.95. Call right now and we'll double your order for free and ship it free too. And for a limited time, we'll double the size of each bottle for free. So now you have 4 times the Lipozene for just $29.95. Plus, you'll get Metabo Up Plus to help boost your energy and metabolism. But you must call. Call 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
I've heard I was invited to another event tonight, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. but I'd much rather be in Washington, Michigan than in Washington, D.C. right now.
It's been a busy week for foreign policy. President Trump is taking a bow for the tentative agreement struck between the North and South Korean leaders, working towards an end to the decades-long conflict.
I think I have a responsibility. I think other presidents should have done it.
The peace summit at the DMZ setting the stage for Trump's meeting with North Korea's Kim Jong-un in the coming weeks, tweeting this morning that he spoke with South Korea's President Moon. Things are going very well. Time and location of meeting with North Korea is being set. The president also taking to Twitter after losing his nominee for VA Secretary, Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who withdrew his consideration following allegations of harassing behavior and overprescribing medications, writing, "The Secret Service unable to confirm. In fact, they deny any of the phony Democrat charges which have absolutely devastated the wonderful Jackson family." And yesterday, the judge in the Stormy Daniels civil lawsuit against the president and his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, delayed that case, ruling that there is a, quote, large potential for factual overlap between this case and the criminal proceedings related to the non-disclosure agreement Ms. Daniels signed days before the election. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Well, back here at home, not necessarily worried about the weather, but we are about to talk about it.
Oh my goodness, there was nothing to be worried about. It was just too beautiful all day. We had a lot of wind today, and that was from that cold front that came through yesterday or Friday. And so once that front came on through, we started to see some really nice weather in its wake. And it's going to continue to work in our favor over the next couple of days. So this is what happened today. We had a few clouds this morning, and then as the day wore on, we ended up with nothing but clear skies. And a lot of the wind that also came on through was mostly coming in out of the north-northwest today. But you'll notice that we had no rain today. We'll have no rain tomorrow. The winds are going to start to shift around, and that will help to keep us on the mild side over the next couple of days, and almost hot as the week wears on. You'll see in just a few minutes. But the winds have really died down this evening. So what we're looking at is that along the beaches, we still have winds at Anna Maria at 14 miles per hour, Longboat Key at 10, Siesta Key at 9. But as soon as you move on to the mainland, we're looking at 5 to 7, maybe 8 mile per hour winds. As you move on down towards the south or in the coastline, we're also looking at winds 10 to 11 miles per hour, 14 miles per hour, a little bit farther to the south. But overall, those winds have finally started to calm down. That cold front, way out here, well away from the U.S. mainland. We've been watching these clouds moving across the Gulf of Mexico. Some of them back here did have some rain showers associated with them. Those are all dissipated as well as this entire system moved on towards the east. And now as those clouds are getting closer to us, we may see a stray cloud move across, but we are not going to see any rain. And you can see this is being verified on radar right now, just a few of those passing clouds, and then that's going to be about it. So once the clouds move over us, then we're going to be left with nothing but lots and lots of sunshine for the rest of the day tomorrow. And you'll notice too that the winds are going to start to shift and come in out of the northeast, and that's going to help to bring those temperatures back up into the mid-80s. So that's where we're going to be for tomorrow. High pressure is firmly in place, and as long as this high pressure system has a grip across the southeast, we are not going to see any rain developing. We've got a cold front to our north. That one is not going to be coming through here. We have another cold front that could actually make its way through here next weekend. And what we're looking at right now are temperatures still in the 70s on the beaches, but you look elsewhere and we're looking at mostly 60s. Farther inland, we also have temperatures in the 70s. And today we had a high of 81 degrees, a little cooler than normal, which is 83. 61 was the overnight low. And if you're heading off to the beach tomorrow, we've got those winds coming in out of the north-northwest, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. No advisories are going to be posted, but we are expecting to see plenty of sunshine, breezy conditions at the beach, 84 degrees for the high at the beach. And then cool temperatures tonight. We're going to get down into the low 60s, so cooler than normal. Definitely sweater weather if you are a Floridian. And as you can see over the next couple of days, we're going to be warming up very nicely. So tomorrow we get to a high of 85, plenty of sunshine around, sun in the forecast each and every day through Saturday. Notice there's no rain that we're expecting, but the warm-up begins in earnest on Monday. So enjoy tomorrow. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. We got sports coming up after the break. Stick around.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Now, sports.
Don't look now, but after starting the season with 8 straight losses, the Tampa Bay Rays entered Saturday's game on the verge of their 8th straight win. Rays Red Sox in Boston. Rafael Devers tying things up at 5 with a solo home run off Ryan Yarbrough. Carlos Gomez answers 2 innings later. A solo jack puts the Rays up 2. That's his 4th homer of the year. Jesus Sucre delivering a 2-out double in the 8th to pad the Rays' lead at 8-5. He's hitting a whopping .360 this year. Then in the 9th inning, Johnny Field with a 3-run bomb just for good measure. And like that ball, this one way over. 18 hits, helping the Rays win their 8th straight by a score of 12-6. Another Tampa Bay-Boston matchup, but a forgettable one for the Tampa Bay Lightnings, opening their playoff series with the Bruins. Lightning striking twice, but it was for Boston as Rick Nash and Patrice Bergeron each had 2 goals. Tuukka Rask stopping 34 Lightning shots, which was 10 more than the total shots on goalie Andrei Vasilevsky. Boston making the most of their opportunities, though. They win it 6-2 on the road. Game 2 will be Monday night in Tampa before this series heads north for the next 2 games. Well, this was the moment everyone was waiting for on day 3 of the NFL draft, and it did not disappoint. University of Central Florida star Shaquem Griffin, who had his left hand amputated as a child, finally drafted by none other than the Seattle Seahawks, who picked his twin brother a year ago.
I mean, it's everything we prayed for, it's everything we worked for, it's everything we stayed true to who we are. And now that I got an opportunity to be back with him, it's only going to mean greatness.
Brother Shaquille passed on several scholarship offers back in high school so the two could play together at UCF. Shaquille is the first one-handed player ever drafted in the NFL. And as for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they spent the first 2 days of the draft addressing running back and defense with their first 5 picks. They had 3 more in the final 4 rounds today, and here's a look at the 3 J's they added today. Jordan Whitehead from Pittsburgh, Justin Watson from UPenn, and Jack Cichy of Wisconsin, who missed the entire 2017 season with a torn ACL. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Did you know you could get life insurance in just a few minutes? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with just a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, TruStage Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you. TruStage cares for you the same way you care for your family. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now. Any amount of protection can help, and you are guaranteed to be accepted. In just a few minutes, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Getting life insurance can be fast and easy, and it could cost less than you think. Plus, your price will never increase, and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now for a free, no-obligation quote. It's fast and easy. Plus, you get TruStage's 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-809-8372 today.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A close encounter between police officers and an angry cow in Huffman, Texas, caught on camera. Take a look as deputies were investigating reports of a cow that may have been hit by a vehicle. Then when they found the cow, it didn't appear to be hurt. However, it did seem to have a bit of an attitude about the humans. And as you can see, it was charging those deputies in the video. After a few passes, the cow did eventually head into the woods. Luckily, officials say no humans, cows, or cars were damaged in that encounter. I'm laughing because it looks like a horror movie. Like you only get the one shot and then a blur of a cow going across the screen there.
Oh, poor guy. He was just nervous.
Yeah, but he's fine. He wandered off.
Okay, he did wander off. That's good. That's good. We're
At least that's what we're told.
Beautiful day tomorrow. You can go chase the cows in the pasture.
Yeah,
But it's going to
yeah.
be a beautiful day tomorrow.